Okay, history was made here in the city over the Memorial Day weekend.
The NYPD says that during the past Memorial Day weekend, New York City saw the lowest number of shootings ever. And for the first time in 32 years of recorded city history, there were 0 shootings on the Sunday of Memorial Day weekend, period. Joining us right now with more is NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch. Always good to see you, especially on the tails of good news like this.
Hooray.
So 0 shootings on Sunday and the lowest number in recorded history.
Yeah, we had the safest Memorial Day weekend in terms of gun violence that New York City has ever seen. And the men and women of the NYPD were out there in full force this weekend, working shifts in the hours where we know the violence usually occurs, evenings, overnight, and into the early morning.
Was it a matter of just shifting the times that police officers were working, or did you add more to the streets?
So it's both. So as part of our summer violence reduction plan, which started on May 5th, we have flooded the areas in the city known for gun violence with cops. So we have more cops out there than ever before, 1,500 additional cops this summer. And we were also very precise about the locations where we deployed our cops, looking at historical data about where the gun violence has occurred. And I am very pleased that since May 5th, when this plan started, shootings in those zones are down almost 60%.
Wow.
So will you move those police officers throughout the summer?
Yes, we shift our deployments based on where we're seeing pockets of violence and pockets of problems. And so given the results we've had over the first few weeks of this program, and especially this weekend, we think that for this first go, we picked the locations correctly.
All right, well, congratulations to you. Can we talk about this breaking news? Because I am obsessed with this crypto kidnapping. And I don't know, the New York Post reported that you were looking for somebody, but apparently he wasn't going to, turn himself in until after he spent some time in the Hamptons this weekend. Is that true?
So I can confirm that we do have someone that we were looking for, Mr. Duplessis, in custody as of this morning at 7:45. He turned himself in at our 13th precinct.
Now, this is the other guy we're looking at, right? That was...
the first suspect.
There were 2 men. So we do have the second man in custody as of this morning. We have absolutely no indication that the person who turned himself in this morning was in the Hamptons this weekend.
What do we know about this guy?
We know, well, he is going to be charged with Mr. Welts with kidnapping and false imprisonment of an associate in Soho.
And it's still just those 2 in this case?
So far, it's those 2 that we're looking at. There may be others.
Okay, let's talk about the assault on the police officer this weekend. I mean, we've seen the video. Brutally beaten. You were able to arrest the father of one of the suspects for trying to use the credit card. Have you been able to arrest either of the 2 guys yet, or do you know where they might be?
So we have a positive ID on one of them, and we are hot on his trail. This weekend, we really put the full resources of the New York City Police Department into finding this guy, and I hope and expect we will have him soon. We're also working on an ID of his accomplice, but to anyone thinking of assaulting a police officer, you do it, and we're coming for you hard.
How is the officer doing?
I went to visit him a few times this weekend. So did the mayor. He's going to have some surgery this afternoon, and we are very hopeful for a full recovery, but he had lots of broken bones on his face. He was in rough shape.
We're seeing more and more young people, 12, 13, 14, 15 years old, in very violent situations in this city.
Yeah.
How do we stop that?
We changed all the laws as they relate to how we deal with youth in our criminal justice system in 2019. And since then, we have seen an absolute explosion of youth violence, both youth as the perps and youth as the victims. Kids commit crimes against other kids, and it is definitely an area where we need to relook at the laws that were passed in 2019 and consider some major changes.
But how do you break that cycle of these kids. They should be in school, not out on the streets with guns and knives.
Absolutely, but one of the changes that was made to those laws back in 2018 made it basically a consequence-free environment for kids committing crimes. And so oftentimes, if you have older people who want to commit a crime, they'll just recruit a 12, 13, 14-year-old to help them do it because there's no consequences for them.
And that's what's different, because, I mean, it's a sad tale, but youth shooting other youth has been a problem in the city for a long, long time. But that is what's different now,
It's a bigger problem now. There are more young people that we are finding with guns as the trigger pullers.
Hey, I want to ask you, just getting back to the original point about shootings being down over Memorial Day weekend, the numbers being down since May 5th, as you targeted specific areas more. I want to give you some credit for this, being the new police commissioner. No, your background in data analysis with the police department, do you think that that has played a role in how effective you've been able to be as a commissioner?
I think that the department has a lot of very rich data that we can mine and we can use to inform our operations. We have a brilliant data and analytics team run by our Chief of Crime Control Strategies. And one of the things that I have really enjoyed about this job, which is a difficult job, is getting to work with those talented data analysts to see how they pick where they're going to deploy the cops. And that I'm very pleased that it's worked so far as well as it has.
But that data's been there before.
That data has been there before, and the department has long used data going back to Commissioner Bratton when he started CompStat 32 years ago.
Right.
Well, you're using it better than other people have. Let's just say it that way.
Before you go, what about crypto, kidnappings and things like this in general? Do you think we're going to be seeing more of that?
I certainly hope not, but when I first saw that incident come through, I thought Rosanna is going to be very interested in this one. I can't wait to talk to her about it.
I know, because you know why, Police Commissioner? It's so out of our, realm of thinking. It's now something else that we have to obsess about.
Chainsaws, electric wires, it had everything for you.
Right up her alley.
Right
Police
up her...
Commissioner Tisch, thank you so much for joining us.
Wait, is there anybody else that you're looking for in that case?
No, not at this time.
What else can you give us
We're
on
done.
this? Are you sure?
Yes.
She's done. She's finished. Relax. You can go home now. Thank you.
No, she can't. She has to go to work.